So why not just do an all-in-one streaming service? Why do I have to subscribe to Hulu and Disney Plus?
Because it's Disney Plus. You got to have Disney Plus Amazon plus Hulu plus everything.
Yeah, of course. And Apple TV Plus as well.
So I think it was back in 2019 when Scott, Justin, and I were talking about the rise of streaming media and our complaints about it.
Right. I mean, do you consider the fact that was 7 years ago? That's crazy.
I kind of consider our original video a time capsule at this point, especially since streaming really exploded during COVID.
Yes, a lot has happened since our video. During COVID, I was very much seduced by the convenience of streaming, but I still have my physical media. There's pros and cons of each.
Though the industry was, and still is, really bloated. Kind of like I was back in 2019 when we filmed. I've lost about 50 pounds since then. Figured I'd make a comment about that since everyone's going to bring it up because it's YouTube.
So anyway, this conversation we had sort of went away into the Cinemassacre vault. No one has ever seen this footage before. And now that all this time has passed, we're going to reflect and see if our opinions still hold up.
So nothing really changed since then. We all kind of foresaw the collapse and the consolidation we're seeing now.
My complaint about DVDs and especially Blu-rays was all the unskippable ads before the movie. Which reminds me, here's a word from this video sponsor. One of my newest gaming obsessions is a game where hundreds of monsters are constantly trying to destroy you, but you're such a badass that you annihilate everything that comes in your way. That game is Heroes vs. Hordes. Available for mobile on Google Play and the App Store, Heroes vs. Hordes is a free-to-play, roguelike RPG featuring a massive roster of heroes to choose from, each with different starting weapons and abilities. Take on a never-ending horde of monsters in a race against the clock. Level up your hero to gather more and more powerful skills and battle your way through wave after wave of enemies that completely fill the screen. Whether you prefer a close-range melee fighter or a long-range one, Heroes vs. Hordes has the perfect character for any playstyle. Dodge around enemy forces to set up your next big attack. Standing still in this game is asking for a quick death. Obliterate the Horde by combining different weapons and skills to turn yourself into the ultimate wrecking machine. Multiple game modes keep me coming back for more, and trying each stage over again with different characters and builds has me hooked. And with over 100 unlockable heroes, weapons, and skills for you to earn, you'll never get bored. This is definitely a game I'm going to lose a lot of hours with. Download Heroes vs. Hordes now by using my link in the description and join the fight against the Horde today.
I also want to point out the irony of we're complaining like, oh, I'm trying to turn on a DVD and there's so many ads. You go to the movie theater, there's so many ads, but we get paid primarily from ads on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Throw that out there.
Yeah, like not to be a hypocrite, but we were looking at a DVD on the TV there, and we were trying to get it started. We just wanted to get to the menu screen, and we were just trying to get through all these ads and trailers and stuff that you can't skip. And I made a comment that to me is a big part of the death of physical media. And I am in a room that is a shrine of physical media saying this. Recently, I got a 4K player, and I do have to say, from what I've seen, there are much less ads, if any, but they still don't have the abundance of bonus features that DVD had. But there's a lot more to say about streaming.
Streaming services have become so overly complicated now, where they all have like all these different pieces of content. They're all different prices. They're owned by different companies. They all have different user interfaces. So it's just like when you go from Netflix to Hulu to Amazon Prime, it's always different. But
these are the dark ages.
It's ridiculous. And some things just like pop up and then they leave like only a month later.
God, watch lists. They give me like, I actually have like anxiety over my watch list. Like, wait, was that on my Amazon watch list or on my Hulu watch list? Do you think it's gotten any better since?
I don't know. Like it's all over the place. All these companies got so full of themselves. They're just like, oh, we can make our own streaming service. We have awesome content that everybody wants.
My main takeaway back then was that streaming had become an overpriced, fragmented mess driven by IP hoarding, forcing people to juggle subscriptions and pay monthly for content they barely use and they don't really own.
If you're looking for a particular movie or show, I still don't know of a perfect, convenient way to search across all streaming services to see which one it's on.
The best that I know of, there's a site called justwatch.com. So if you're looking for any particular movie, it'll tell you how many streaming services it's on, if you have to rent it or if it's free. 'Cause otherwise, what are you going to do? Go to like every service and try to find the same movie?
And you have to subscribe to each and every one of them. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's getting back to like how cable operated, where it's just like you have to own all these cable packages, where you have to like, oh, I want this channel and this channel and this channel, and you have to get all this stuff that you don't want. You might want like Netflix for one show, and then it's just like, what, you have to pay like $10 a month for one show you want?
And those prices probably have gone way up in the past 7 years.
Right.
In the past years, we've seen cable TV decline as many of these TV networks would start their own streaming services and sometimes even put exclusive stuff on it that wasn't on cable. I remember when CBS All Access came out, they had the new Twilight Zone on there, which I really love, the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone. That was great. But they also did that with some of their new Star Trek shows, I think.
Oh yeah, Star Trek Discovery sucks so much ass because I love Star Trek, and when Star Trek Discovery came out, I was like, oh, I'll get the subscription because I want to watch the new show because I was a big Trekkie or whatever.
I'm also a maniac who prefers the DVD Trek over the Blu-ray restorations, let alone new Trek, which went out of its way to kind of kill what Star Trek meant to me.
Why couldn't the same programs be on both? Like, so if you don't have cable, because a lot of people do away with cable altogether.
Honestly, outside of my parents growing up, I don't think I ever had cable.
It took me a while, but since then, I've canceled cable.
Obviously, I used to have cable, but these days, I think if I have to watch TV, I just subscribe to like YouTube TV for that month, or if I really need to. Even then, that's expensive.
It seems as if they're moving away from traditional cable TV and just doing all subscription streaming stuff, because once you do that,
you only have to pay for CBS and stuff like that. With cable, it comes a part of it like a package. You know, it's crazy.
How many of these do you want to do? Because you got Netflix, you got Amazon, you got Hulu, you got you just go down the list.
Yeah, Fox, like NBC, or
Disney
ABC,
Plus,
Disney Plus,
Apple TV Plus. They're all like, all these companies think their shit doesn't stink enough to like make their own content. I mean, make their own subscription service for their content. And I feel like, so like one thing, I read an article that said, I don't know if this is true or not, but well, I mean, I know this part is true. Like, The Office is going to be on Netflix for another like few years, but because they have a contract, and like there's so many people who only have Netflix for that show. So like when that comes up, when that contract ends, then it might be very likely that NBC takes The Office off and puts it on their own streaming service.
Scott, I think you were right about that one. Since then, NBC launched Peacock, and The Office is on there.
Yeah.
Your show got way popular after it ended because it was on Netflix, because so many people had Netflix and they rediscovered it through there. And now what? They're going to have to subscribe to a completely different subscription service. So they're going to have to know going in. They're going to be like, all right, I want to watch this. I want to get into it. I just don't think this is really like great competition. It's literally just like, I'm not gonna have Netflix, and then it's just like, oh, I'm gonna cancel my Netflix and subscribe to Hulu instead. It's probably more so I'm gonna get both.
If there was a service, like let's say it was on YouTube Premium or whatever it was, and if it was like, okay guys, this is $50 to $100 a month, but everything is on here, and you can just go for it, I'd be like, here's the money,
like a cable provider, where it's like, here's a package. Here's a package where you could have all these, or you could have like a premium package that adds these channels.
Well, that is definitely a big point for physical media. You can choose exactly what you want.
Before, you just buy a movie you want and that's it. Now you're consistently giving these companies money like every single month, even if you're not watching anything new. You're just watching the same thing.
I don't think I even activated my Netflix in a month, and I'm still paying.
You're still paying, of course. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, and things keep going off of these subscription services as well.
You know what? Why can't they give you a notice? Why can't it just say this show or this movie will be taken off in this many days, or it's available until this date?
I think nowadays, Netflix at least will tell you a show is leaving, but it still sucks that so many things have to go away, especially when it's something you bought. Like, I swear, I've bought movies digitally on Amazon that I can't find anymore.
You know, yeah, I have lost a couple of digital purchases, but you know, like these companies don't care. I think they used to offer digital movies on the PlayStation Network and the Microsoft Store for Xbox and all of that. And I think they shut at least the PlayStation one down, and they just said, sorry. You know, like I think like a lot of companies, specific TV shows and movies, they just disappeared from people's libraries, and they were like, sorry, like we lost the license, that's it.
You're kind of like,
Who knows what's going to happen with it?
yeah,
Like, it's going
because I've seen people
You're hard
like,
running it
What
forever.
if the service shuts down eventually?
yeah,
And it's like, what am I going to lose?
I've seen people saying it's just like, I bought all these iTunes movies and they're gone now, and Apple was just like, yeah, we don't have the rights to sell that movie anymore and stuff like that.
If
It's
you
just,
bought it, like you should
Yeah.
have. Like, that's what I
and
love
they'll-
about physical media. Like you buy something, you have it. It exists.
see, this is great, but you just can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, and you
that's
can't
why-
watch it on your phone. You can't.
Yeah, when you own a physical DVD, there's no way the company can take it away. It's not like they're going to break into your house to grab it.
Yeah, which I mean, like if these companies could, they probably would. But
Yeah.
again, I think the digital stuff is so disposable that like it's almost hard to notice sometimes. And you know, that's kind of why it's just like I still got a lot of Blu-rays over there, and it's just like those are always going to be there unless they blow up.
Although disc rot is something to consider. Some of my DVDs don't work anymore.
I'm good as long as my paid copy of Freddy Got Fingered is still on Amazon Prime.
I think originally I remember in a lot of Blu-ray boxes they would give you like a digital code. I think it was for like stuff like Voodoo or something. I think all those purchases are gone.
Yep.
Like they shut down a lot of those things. Yeah, to an extent, I've lost a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I had a lot of those. I thought eventually every movie would be on digital all in one place somewhere. I actually thought that was going to happen with Netflix.
Back in 2010, Netflix was awesome. Like they had so many things, and now it's just like things are just constantly leaving and leaving and leaving, and are only there for like a little bit because they're constantly moving to other streaming
Not
services
just
and
that,
stuff like
things
that.
are coming in as just as fast as they're going. So you have no time to watch all this shit, and then they put it on in a full season. So now you have to bulk watch it on a couple days before it's gone.
One thing I do have to say is that when you're watching a show on DVD, keeping track of where you're at is an ordeal. Like, oh, I'm on disc 8, but which episode is it? But on streaming, all the ones you watched are marked as watched. So I take that over all the, disc jockeying your way through a show.
Yeah, you know, logging into these things is also awful. It's like it used to be so much simpler back in the day before everybody got so private, and now we have two-factor authentication. I don't care if I get hacked. I just want to make it easier to log into my streaming apps.
Oh man, logging into Hulu is crazy now because I signed up for Hulu before the Disney takeover. So now every time I try to log into Hulu, which isn't that often, it wants me to use my Disney password, but I already have a Hulu password. So I end up having to log into multiple emails, getting verification codes. It sucks.
That's awful. Paramount Plus has this weird thing where it would have a problem with like captions or no captions, or like it would have like an interface would remain on screen on the TV that I use, like the scrub bar and the pause. It wouldn't leave. Like, so it would just stay over top the TV show I was watching the entire time. So that was rough.
I do remember having a lot of glitches with Paramount Plus, but one thing good I have to say about it is that of all the streaming services, from what I've seen, Paramount Plus is the only one with an eternal pause. Like, the good old days of DVD. You pause it, it stays paused. All the other streaming services, from what I've seen, are like, sorry, you took too long going to the bathroom or getting something to eat, and then it goes into like, it just closes. It either closes the app or it starts playing something else, or who knows what the fuck it does.
And sometimes, like, when you're watching a TV show, it just plays a random episode of some other show, like,
I
after
hate
that.
too.
Yeah.
I actually
It's
really
like,
hate
why?
the preview thing in Netflix. Whenever I'm just like, you start up, it starts
Oh,
playing.
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And audio just
I don't
starts
wanna-
blasting.
Yeah, I don't want
That can be nice,
Yeah.
but it's super annoying when you don't want it. Oh,
But when Netflix starts and it goes, doom,
Yeah.
I hate that. I don't want to hear a single thing until I start the movie. If that Netflix thing in the beginning is just to like test my sound or whatever, then I'll figure that out as soon as I start the.
I like all these annoyances.
It's just like, all right, I don't like the fees.
I don't
like the ads. I don't like the sounds.
Yeah.
I like how we're upset about this instead of how like all this content IP is just being rolled over by these billion-dollar companies.
Oh, you know what I hate is that when a movie or show ends, like, I mean, right when it gets to the end credits, the movie stops and it'll start playing something else. And you have a chance to cancel it sometimes, but you literally have like 3 seconds to grab the remote, and then you're never sure which button it is, so you end up canceling, stopping the movie anyway. It ruins the movie because certain movies end on like a final note, like a certain emotion that you're meant to like digest as the credits are rolling and the music is coming in. But it just kills all of that. Like, it kills the emotion and it flat out disrespects the art. And not only that, but some movies end with an epilogue telling you some important information of like what happens after. It'll cut all of that. I mean, that's absolute fucking horseshit, and that needs to go away completely.
I totally get that.
And that's the thing with a lot of these subscription services is they're more so, there's a lot of value there, but that value is only there if you're constantly using them. Like, I'm pumping money and I'm pumping all this money into having a subscription to all these apps month after month, when in reality, if I'm not using them, like, what's the point of maintaining that subscription unless I'm going to use it? So, I think it just gets to a point that like having all of these options is just like nobody has all the time in the world to watch all of these things. You might as well just stick to one streaming service, and if it doesn't have a show or a movie you like on it, like, tough shit.
There's going to end up just being 3 large companies. Disney is absorbing everything. They want to become the world's largest IP.
They technically own Hulu now.
Yeah.
So
their goal is to own everything. So there's eventually going to be a merge or something, and it's going to come down to 3. It's going to be like Amazon, Disney putting everything together, and probably like Google, YouTube, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's eventually going to work itself out.
I guess.
But for right now, you're paying.
It's almost like
who you paying this
you know
month?
what? It's really like a double-edged sword kind of thing. It's like, okay, like I want the convenience, I want it all to be under one thing, but also it's pretty frightening when you have like one like entity that is owning everything and just like a monopoly. It's fucking scary. Yeah. So like 20 years ago, we had to get in the car to drive to the video store, rent the tape, bring it home, watch it, and then return it again. Yeah. So things have gotten way easier, but it's going to be funny that in 20 years from now, people are going to be like, remember when you used to have to like look for a movie on Netflix and then hop over to Hulu and like it was all like, it was like a mess. Because right now it's a digital mess. It's like it's not organized. Yeah. Everything's just a big fuck story.
Man, there's like a DC streaming service too.
Why?
And it's just like you're limiting the amount of market.
Why?
And it's just like you're limiting the amount of market that show can get. Like, when you do make a deal with Netflix, because that's going to get a lot more attention. Why not like make a deal with Netflix because that's going to get a lot more attention. It's like making that only part of the DC streaming service is only going to making that only part of the DC streaming service is only going to appeal to DC fans.
The only people that are winning right now are the lawyers.
Yeah.
All this back and forth and the licensing rights.
I can't believe this whole time. Have we not mentioned that all?
I subscribed to like the Stars app randomly just because I wanted to watch a movie on there.
That happens now too. So you can have Amazon Prime and then plug in HBO or Stars into it. So now you can take streaming services and plop in other people's content, which is probably the future of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like there's going to be a crash with this. Like you said, like there's definitely it's going to dwindle down to like a couple big ones.
So in the 7 years since that video, do you feel it's gotten closer to that prediction?
Yeah, we're almost there. The big 3 are Netflix, Disney, and Comcast, which owns NBC Universal. If Netflix swallows Warner Brothers, that really seals it. Amazon Prime isn't quite in the same category to me as the big 3, but they're self-funded. They own the infrastructure this whole mess runs on, so they're not going anywhere. Everyone needs them for servers and stuff. But speaking of infrastructure, we're absolutely going to see AI-generated content on these platforms, either corporate slop for the masses, or eventually you will generate your own content using their company's IP, if that makes sense. Like you log in and make your own show based on Stranger Things or whatever.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
It's still kind of confusing because it's like it's all over the place. Yeah, no, I think there will definitely be a crash at some point. There can't be this many streaming apps, especially with how expensive they're all getting.
The problem with physical media is similar, actually. DVD was the pinnacle, I think. But then when the HD format came along, you had Microsoft and Sony duking it out over HD DVD versus Blu-ray. And of course, Blu-ray won. So then nobody can release a movie on Blu-ray unless you pay royalties to Sony. Nothing like that has ever happened to DVD or VHS. Yeah, so I think DVD was like the glory days, but then Blu-ray was kind of a step down. I mean, aside from being technically superior, the Blu-rays had unskippable ads, less bonus features, the menus got lazier. It sucked.
Blu-rays just went down the shitter because they have so many more trailers and menus in the beginning that you can't skip. It got worse with that. And plus the menus, they put no effort into the menus. They all have that stock thing with like the little icon with the camera and like the clapboard. And like you just use like a cookie cutter menu. They don't do cool things anymore. Like I remember like the Ghostbusters DVD, it had like a map of Manhattan with like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's coming here and you can click on all the things and they had all this cool interactive stuff.
The Alien Quadrilogy box set had great DVDs because it looked like the Weyland-Yutani computer system.
They're probably right over there.
Yeah.
They also had more bonus features. There was all kinds of extras. You'd have like commentaries, behind the scenes stuff. And now they just don't do shit.
And another thing, sometimes you need to connect your Blu-ray player to the internet to download some kind of update. If you need the internet to play physical media, that defeats the whole purpose of physical media. The disc holders sucked, bookmarking your movie never worked, whereas DVD always picked up right where you left off. Everything about Blu-ray just didn't function as simply as DVD. So I think that unless physical media is going to get better, how can it stick around? 4K discs are more simple, I will say. I like that they've gone back to basics, but it's still very bare bones compared to the creative menus and all the extra content that DVD had. So I don't think it's really going to save physical media, unfortunately. But I suppose you could say that physical media will never die completely because nostalgia never dies. There's people who still like VHS, like me.
All the classics.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, Halloween, Bigfoot and Witches.
Oh, man. I love that. Hey, I mean, like, you still probably can't see Dracula versus Frankenstein on Netflix.
They never fight in that whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, I like
they don't.
I
They
like
don't
that
fight.
the one screenshot they take to symbolize this entire movie is just Frankenstein looking just oh god.
I will say there is also a lost art with box art because now with like how thumbnails have to be.
Yeah, there are only thumbnails on Netflix too.
More complaints. Right, Netflix changes the thumbnails all the time.
Fuck! Yeah, some of them make no goddamn sense.
Yeah, and it'll trick me, and I know that's the idea, but it works. I'm like, I click on something, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, that looks new. Oh wait, I watched that already. They just changed the thumbnail.
Sometimes they'll use like art from like the sequel of a movie for the original and stuff like that. Like it can be ridiculous.
Ninja Turtles. The thumbnails for all 3 Ninja Turtle movies are from Turtles 3. It's from like
no shit.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like instead of the really good costumes, it's all like the shitty, like bad.
Yeah, you know what? There's some stuff in there that's like a scene in the movie that doesn't matter, or like a third character that's not the main. Why didn't they just cut up the poster art or something? Like what happened?
Or like why does it have to be like the size of like a YouTube thumbnail? Why can't it look like actual movie posters or something like that?
You ever look at trailer and then instead of it, because they don't have a trailer or something or they can't find it, they show like just like 2 minutes from some random part in the middle of the movie that makes no sense.
And then they put music to like dun dun dun, dun like stock music.
Yeah. Now what would you say is like your preferred like ranking the subscription services for you? Like preferred to like least preferred? I don't know. Out of all the ones you've used.
I've canceled all of my streaming services except for Amazon Prime because I have that for like the shipping and stuff.
Well, outside of that, there is a ton of garbage on Amazon Prime.
That's what I was going to bring up. Especially like a lot of times I look for documentaries, and on Amazon Prime you can find documentaries on almost anything, and it's just like images that look like they were taken from Google and just a voiceover.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is like, it's like YouTube quality. Just, I mean,
Yeah,
like YouTube as in like a common user, or somebody who just made something.
I guess unfortunately with Amazon Direct Video and stuff, almost anyone can sign up for it now. It used to be really exclusive.
Yeah.
And then they're like, haha, we want to be like YouTube, but with the bar a little bit higher, but not high enough.
Yeah. I just keep on forgetting it exists. But Hulu I've been kind of growing into a little bit more. I've been watching some random TV shows on there.
Yeah.
I'd rather see movies in theaters and stuff like that.
I probably have to say Shudder. It's the ultimate in horror. I mean, if you're into horror, Shudder is the way to go. They've had original shows like the new Creep Show, which is really good. They dust off a lot of the classics and make them look better than ever. And best of all, it has The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
There's Tubi. I love Tubi. You get all kinds of funny stuff on Tubi. It's like actual blockbuster movies, and then some of the most like B movie, just bottom of the barrel trash I've ever seen. But it's kind of fun. And then there's like Pluto TV. That's pretty cool. That's like an internet free cable TV alternative where it's like internet based channels.
I actually have too many streaming services. I mean, you wouldn't believe. It's not like VHS and DVD where you can clearly see how much I have. All the digital stuff is hidden. I used to have Boomerang, which is where all the Looney Tunes and Hanna-Barbera stuff was, but I think that all migrated to HBO Max. I have ones that you might not have even heard of. I have Shout Factory. I have Hi-Ya, the martial arts one. I have Criterion, Masterclass. I mean, it's bad. It's like an addiction. Even if I'm not watching them all, I just want to have access to everything. And it is a tax write-off.
Yeah, you need it for research purposes, of course, yeah.
And we all have YouTube, I guess. That one's necessary. And if you don't want all those ads, you got to get premium.
I didn't think about YouTube Premium. I do have that. Which that's a subscription service that's like, I think they used to offer original YouTube Red shows, YouTube Premium shows. I never watched any of them. Actually, that's where Cobra Kai started, I think.
Yeah, I loved Cobra Kai. But yeah, it moved to Netflix after that. But let's have a survivor round. Let's say you had to cancel all your streaming services except for like 2 of the major ones. Which ones would you cancel first?
What would I cancel first? Peacock. I don't think I have Peacock anymore. I would cancel Peacock.
They say Hulu is going to become part of Disney Plus, so I guess we could just say lose Hulu.
Paramount Plus, more like Paramount Puss.
Probably HBO Max after that. There's not a lot going on with HBO Max.
Apple TV has a lot of good ones. I really like the studio, but in the long run, I don't think it's going to have enough shows to keep it going. So I don't know. I'd say Apple lose that one.
Do you know they removed the streaming service used to be called Apple TV Plus, and now it's just called Apple TV, which they sell a product called Apple TV now, and the app is just called Apple TV. It's all over it's like 5 different things called Apple TV. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Amazon Prime and YouTube Premium are kind of like exempt from this. One's a shipping service and one is a public video platform. So they're kind of in their own separate column.
I'd probably say Netflix, maybe Disney Plus would be good to keep around, but even then, I don't even use Netflix that much. But Netflix has its grasps around me. It's just kind of like, oh, you always need a Netflix account. That's how I feel.
So there you have it, Disney and Netflix. And, oh, we didn't even talk about music.
It's really difficult because I think something like the music industry, the comeback of vinyls makes sense because vinyls are almost like a collectible, but also like it's like you get this big, bold art of the album artwork. You know, it's a different experience than just streaming it or listening to it otherwise.
Yeah, I've started buying more records lately. Not that I need any more stuff, but I think that's for when you really want to focus on a particular album and make the most of that experience. However, 90% of the time, I'm streaming music because I love shuffling songs up and making all these cool playlists. I am a playlist junkie. I've been making mixtapes since the era of cassettes in which you had to copy everything in real time. So now that you can make all the mixes you want instantaneously on your phone, you can listen anywhere. For me, that makes streaming music no contest. That's a winner. But yeah, for those occasions when you're like, this is a music night, I'm going to sit down, listen to a record, then yeah, that's always there. But let's get down to the final word. When it comes to physical versus streaming, which do you prefer?
Physical. Not even close. Movie theaters. Streaming is okay for convenience, but it's gotten pretty gross.
Justin says physical. Scott?
You lose something without the physical media aspect of it. I feel like there's a level of like intention with buying a movie or renting a movie, having that physical copy, putting it in. Like you have to make time to specifically do that. With streaming, it's just such a like a junk food mentality of like, screw it, I'm gonna watch this right now. You know, like and it kind of makes it so then the movie or TV show you want to watch just doesn't really matter. I think it would be nice to maybe take a step back and maybe think about like, what movie do I want to watch tomorrow? Let me order the DVD, let me order the Blu-ray, and then, you know, make time to sit down, put the disc in. And I think that kind of creates longer lasting memories of the media I'm consuming rather than just treating it like, oh, it's just one of a billion options on this streaming service.
So that's physical for you, Scott?
Oh man, you see, I got enough crap in my house.
Yep.
But I think, I think the answer that I would like to answer with is like, there's a balance.
Yes.
I'm answering the awful lame answer of like, I do prefer streaming right now.
Yeah.
But I think I do eventually want to kind of train myself to get back into the swing of things. Maybe get a couple more Blu-rays, DVDs.
I've been doing the same with 4K discs, trying to get back into physical media, but I don't think I'm going to end up collecting that many. I don't know. I mean, I have enough Blu-rays.
But whenever I put in a Blu-ray, the menus aren't fun. They're not fun anymore. So it's just like, you know, it's almost like Blu-ray menus are like streaming menus. So it's just kind of like, it's not as fun. So streaming for now, but, you know, I like my physical stuff too.
Well, that's one for physical, one for streaming. So I guess I'm the tiebreaker. That puts me in a tough spot because I'm on the fence, honestly. I agree with everything Scott said here. Physical media is more special, but streaming is more convenient. If I were to answer truthfully which one I use the most often, it would be streaming. Even though I'll always have a place in my heart for physical media, there's a time and a place for both. So I guess what we're saying here is that streaming wins, but it's not that simple.
Okay, cool.
All right, good talking to you guys again. Let's meet up in another 6-7 years.
All right, thanks, guys, and thank you for watching. And thanks again to this video's sponsor, Heroes vs. Hordes. Download the game today using my link in the description and join me in the battle against the Horde.